Hello, my name is Adam Younts with Domain 6, and I'm here to talk to you about compliance and workflows. Workflows and compliance in the system are all over the place, and this is a very short demonstration, so we're going to focus on the workflows for the actual demo, but I do want to talk to you about some of the areas that we help with your compliance. Now, there are several areas that we have in the system. We have a section called segregation of duties that makes sure that people don't have both accounts payable and accounts receivable authority. So we check for segregation of duties. We have security. So if I start typing in security, we have security configurations, profiles, roles, and access. That's very detailed. That can get down to field level security, and security is done by groups. We also support signing limits, so we can systemize your signing limits program within the system. And then we can also do one of my favorites, which is workflows. How do you systemize your business processes? So I'm opening up my property management module. And within property management, of course, with every module has workflows. So if I go to accounts payable, for example, and I have accounts payable workflows and accounts receivable, I can go over to their setup and I have accounts receivable workflows. But in this case, I'm going to go to my property management module and I'm going to look at my property management workflows. And right now I have one workflow that's already in the system, but I can see these are the workflows that are supported out of the box without making any changes to it. I have contracts, adjustments, expense reconciliation, percent reconciliation, cost allocations, invoice proposals, etc. But what I want to do is I want to talk about a contract workflow. So I already have the contract workflow opened up here. And as you can see, it is a drag and drop approach. You can do conditional decisions, manual decisions. I can have parallel activities that take place. I can fire off sub workflows within a workflow, and I can have automatic approvals and automatic actions that happen within the system based on rules that you manually get to create. So the first step I have is from start, I'm going to a automatic condition decision. And my conditional decision here is this contract a triple N lease? So if I click on it and I look at the properties of this, you can see that I made a very basic example where I said where, and I can pick the field within my contract that I want to make a rule off of that says contains a value. And since triple N is a master record, I can simply just do the pick box here and I can pick what type of lease is it that I'm working on. And if the answer is true, and I can of course add other conditions where it's above or below a certain value or etc., right? You can add all kinds of decisions to it, where then I say if it's true, I go straight to the approval. If it is not a triple N lease, then I'm going over here to my validation. So in my validation rules, I can simply click and look at the properties here, and I have my instructions, I have my notifications, I have my assignment, and this one's being secured to my real estate agent saying, based on the security role, validate that this contract has been set up correctly. Once it is, it goes over to approval. If not, it does an automatic update to the contract status, and maybe it resends it back to start, right? Or maybe it sends it to the approval. It depends on you how you want it to go. I could have resent this line instead of saying yes, I could have gone right up to here to go to no. But it's up to you on how you want the lines to go. So I could have just simply taken this and said, nope, we're going to then revalidate that and start over. Or I could have taken this and said, revalidate it again over here. So again, it depends on how you want it to go. So we update it and send it back through, or we update it and send it back to start. Or in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and re-update it and go through the approval process. Now the approval process could be multiple steps. If I double click on it, I have my review and approvals. So within my review and approve actual steps, I can make it a single review. I can make it a multi-step review. Again, you can make it a single step review based on dollar amounts, leases, whatever you want. In this case, I'll go to the property of my review. And in my review, I said, just make sure that this thing, all the straight line flags are done. I'm assigning this to a very specific user, to Adam Younts, but I could have also assigned this, instead of to a user, I could have assigned it to a participant based on a security role. And here's all the out-of-the-box security roles that we have in the system. So there's plenty of predefined security roles, and or you can create your own security roles in the system. Or I can make it again based on a workflow hierarchy in the system, or a hierarchy based on your business. In this case, I just simply picked a user. I'm always running this step. There's never a condition where I have to, but if I wanted to make a condition, I can come in here and make a condition just like we did before, where the contract amount contains a value, or the contract's amount is or is not, or, and that's not amount, that's account, but I should be able to read better. But you could pick any of the fields within this. So maybe who the account manager is, maybe based on the indexations or whatever it is that you want to, you check it off of, you can check that value. But in this case, I'm always having to run this step, and there is no escalation. But if I wanted to, I can create an escalation path that if I don't respond within so much time, I can automatically approve it or reject it or delegate it to somebody else. So what I'm trying to show you here is that you can basically manually create and systemize your manual processes of approving things and put it into the system, and have the system control and validate and check that everything is good before you post it. And again, I did a contract example, but this could be for invoices or anything else.